Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Magnetic Mindset Monday. Welcome. Feel free to type in the chat box. It'll be on your bottom right. So you can chat and say anything you'd like to share here. Say hello. It's so great to have you. What a wonderful Monday. Yeah. So welcome, and let me just make sure everyone is admitted. Okay, perfect. Great. So lovely to have you. I'm Leanne Christine. Hello from Wisconsin. That's wonderful. I'm Leanne Christine. I'm a conscious creator and manifestation coach, and I help coaches become the sought after, profitable coach that they've dreamed of becoming. Very exciting. Yeah. So, who's excited today for this topic? I'm just going to share it again because let me share this on the screen with you. There it is. Okay. Today's topic is how to create inspiring choices with the power to manifest with precision. Very, very exciting. Yes. It's very, very exciting. So let me stop sharing, and there it is. So this is a very exciting topic, and it's actually perfectly located in these sessions that we'll be doing every week, because last week, since you remember, right? You attended last week, a lot of you did, and for those of you on the replay, watch it. It's really, really good. It's the foundation of what we're creating in these weekly events with each other into creating magic, living the life we love. So last week, what we talked about was the blue mist meditation, the endless possibilities of choice, what we can choose for ourselves to create and take action on every week. So that was a big one. And how was that for you? How was that land of plenty? Because I love that meditation. I get different information every time I do that incredible meditation. It's your whole super conscious field of energy and ideas and it's like the seed syllables of everything you want to create. And the seed syllable just means the little seeds that contain the whole. All the information necessary and required for you to know what you want to create and how that's going to look for yourself. So how was that? Share in the chat box. Did you really enjoy and get some really neat things from your land of plenty? And from that land of plenty, those things that you wrote down, tons and tons of information, and if you didn't receive physically or mentally, like in your mind, in your mind's image, if you didn't receive all the information, you could also just write down what you would like to create. So you're kind of sculpting your land of plenty as well. So that's really exciting too. Yeah, please do share in the chat box what you received and what you chose to create. So from that meditation, what I asked for was for you to go ahead and choose between 2 and 6 things that you wanted to focus on, that you would like to write down on a piece of paper. Here it is, the things that you would love to create and begin getting some momentum in, making them become a reality, right? Yeah, 2 to 6 things. What are some of your 2 to 6 things? And if you're watching the replay, please do type type in under this replay, type in what were your land of plenty images? What did you receive? What did you write down? And then from that, what are your choices? It's so exciting. Hello, hello. All those of you joining. Tony Ann, wonderful to see you and have you here. So right now we're just going through what were the experiences, images, what did you receive last week in your land of plenty? And from there, what were the 2 to 6 things that you chose that you would like to begin focusing on, to really bring into reality, take some action on, focus on? So this week's topic I just shared, how to create inspiring choices with the power to manifest with precision. So key. So now that we have our choices, and it's okay if you haven't created those choices yet, you have a sense of, from that land of plenty, what you wrote down. Let's pick some things from it today and we can create them today. So no worries, because we're going to go through what are some of the principles of what a choice could look like. So it's going from the heart to the page, the heart to the page. So we're actually writing it down. So let me just see. Cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention, before I really was clear about what I wanted to choose to create and have, an actual physical list of things, right? So it would just look like this on paper. And I call them true choices because they're true for you. That's it. They're true for you and you love them. You would just love to create them and no other reason. And we'll get into that. So before I understood how important it was to have choices, something tangible, something written out, I had some challenges staying on the path, right? I didn't really know what my path was. I had an idea of it. I knew I wanted to be a coach. I knew that I wanted to coach. I kind of knew who I wanted to coach, but that's really it. And so some of the things that I was doing to sort of, chase that dream, I guess, some things would happen and then some things would stop happening. Some things would happen and stop. So that's kind of like an oscillation because I didn't really have a clear understanding of what I wanted to create that I could connect back into every week, that I could connect back into every day. And I'll get into this. We're going to go into a little bit why this is so key. And when things got confusing or I experienced doubt, when you just doubt, is this the right, should I be doing this or should I be doing something else? Or you get distracted by something, external things that happen in your life events, other people doing other things, and you thinking, oh, maybe I could do that. So you're kind of being led by the external world. So the external world is kind of informing you on what to do. And it was no one's fault, not my fault. It just seemed like I was kind of being pulled by something external. But really what I needed was that list, right? I needed to identify what it is I wanted to create. So let's start with 2 or 3 right now. What do I want to create? Coaching, business that I love. For example, I wanted also to create health and vitality. In my body. So these are just really general examples. So this is what I wanted to create. So we need something physical because when we doubt, when we experience life events, we kind of get distracted. We need something to come back to. something to refocus us, bring us back, remotivate us, re-excitement to our, that's a new word. We need to be reinvigorated, re-excited. So excited, generate those feelings again. Awesome, Janet. This is what you got in your blue mist. I'll just share a little bit. Your beautiful glass studio, healing art, glass creations, your yard and garden. Beautiful. Yes. Ah, beautiful. So you have a lot of beautiful creations. Your quilt finished, new garage, close to the road. Beautiful. Help with housework and yard women's group in the garage. That sounds absolutely stunning. Thank you so much for sharing that. So yeah, so you see the blue mist experience in the meditation gives you a lot of information, a lot of different things, a lot of colors, themes, experiences, sensations even. So that's beautiful. It gives us a lot to sort of pluck out and choose choose how we're going to construct it, how we're going to write it down. So we'll get into that. And I teach this. In my Freedom to Coach program, I walk coaches through this process. It's critical. It's critical. It's the foundation. It's the starting place. And from that, the choices so that we can create focus and clarity, right? And inspiration and love and magic. So all those are part of it. We, as human beings, we need both. You know, we can be in the magic, but we also need the connectedness to the earth, to the grounded, to the clarity. I feel like those are very tangible human grounded qualities, and having that clarity, focus, and it's kind of like the anchor, you know, they kind of tether us to what we love. And who wouldn't want that, right? To be tethered to what you love. It sounds really exciting to me. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, so you create choices because you love them. Okay, there's no other reason. I know it sounds so simple, doesn't it? That's all. Can it be that simple? Yes, it really, really can. And most often, what we love is what will generate our abundance, our fulfillment, our true nature and purpose blossoms out of that. So it really is that simple. It really is that simple. Yeah, and your choices also are going to contain your life force energy. And it's unique to you. Just you. Just you, amazing beings. It's so unique to you. So that is very, very important. So who would agree that your choices contain a special kind of energy that's unique to you? Who would agree? Type in unique if you agree. Let me know, because that's really key. We're going to talk about when we create these choices, the energy that goes in them. It's like a seed syllable, which I mentioned before. In Buddhism, a seed syllable is a good example of a seed syllable is Om and Hum. Yeah, unique. Exactly, Tony Ann. It's very unique. So Om and Hum, they contain a lot of information, but they're expressed in one word. Right? So true choices have a similar, what would you say? A similar way of being in the spoken world and in the felt world. So obviously Om and Hum are one syllable, but we'll be creating that same essence through the choices that you create and write down. Oh, I just stroked right through it. Oops. So you're going to want to be in that essence, because these are your seed syllables for the most part, right? There's a lot of sacredness in these choices, right? They come from this pure essence of who you are and your soul's desire. And then you get to physically bring them into the world and experience them as they're being created. We get to expand, our soul gets to expand in them. We get to become more of ourselves, because this is ourselves that we're creating. So that's why these choices are so important. You're seeing this, right? I know. I know you are. I know you're seeing this, because I am too. This is so key. So yeah, so these are the choices that you're going to be revisiting each week, and you're going to be choosing from them what actions and steps you want to take. And yeah, we're also conditioning all levels of consciousness that this is what we're serious about. This is what we want to create, right? This is what we want to create. Yeah, Janet. Yes, for sure. How to instill healing energies into my glass art. Maybe this is, yeah, it is. I mean, the answer is in your heart, obviously, and we just need to take some space to explore it. Yeah, sometimes just getting quiet and just listening. What's the answer to that? And it comes through this inspiration that we get from these creations. So Janet, you know, in just a little coaching, obviously, I think you're on the right track anyways. You creating your healing, healing art glass, whether that's the glass, a product that someone purchases to receive that healing, or they create that glass with you in a workshop or so on, that has a process of infusing that art as well, that they also infuse that art with healing properties, and it's a healing process for them. So definitely that is a true choice to create that. So let's go through some of the, I guess, the physical. So we're creating the physical descriptions, right, on paper of what our true choices are. Okay. This is from the heart to the page, like I mentioned before. So you're choosing it because you love it. That's one condition of your true choices. So you're 100% committed to creating it. Yeah, I mean, you're committed, right? It's from your heart essence. You're inspired by it. You love it. You're committed. So that's great. That's another aspect of it. These are the guiding principles on how to create or compose, I would say, how to compose a true choice. These are the guiding principles on how to compose a true choice. So let's walk through. So take something that you want to create right now, you know, something you'd like to create, write it down on paper. You can do that right now, and kind of, you know, play with it. Write something out. And as we're writing it out, I'll go through these guiding principles, and we'll just sort of massage what you're creating. And you must know when you've arrived. So this is key. You need to know that it happened. That makes sense, right? It has to somehow show up, right? And that's the next one. Be specific and tangible. So specific and tangible. So if I use your example, Janet, this beautiful healing art glass creations, that's tangible. That's specific. It's specific to you. It's very, very special to you. You know you've arrived. You'll know it because you have these beautiful healing objects. So that's a really great example. You recognize the end result once you've created it. Specific and tangible. So it's not a process. So your choice will not be a process or a condition upon which to achieve something else. A good example of that is, let's say I say, I want to create I want to be in my own business, right? I want to be an entrepreneur so that I don't have to have a full-time or part-time job. And that's pretty straightforward, isn't it? So we don't want something that's a condition to getting something else. Or another example is, okay, I'm back. I just got a message that I was bumped off of the live stream. So let me get us back. Start session. Oh, okay. Let me see. Okay, so I think this is working. Ah, great. You're back. Thank you. I got okay, perfect. You're there now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that was really funny. I said that I got bumped off of the live stream. Okay, so you can hear me and see me? Just say yes. I think you see me. Okay, beautiful. Okay. Okay. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Okay, so this, I mean, this should be working. Not sure if this recording, let me see. Well, I hope it is anyways. Okay, so let's keep going. So let me see. Okay, I'm just hoping that it's recording. It says not started yet. Okay, well, you know what? We'll just keep going. Okay, we'll just assume that it's recording. Okay, so what I was right in the middle of is that when you create or compose your choice, it's not a conditional or toward another result. So, for example, you would be saying things, you would write it down like, okay, I am not choosing. Okay, hold on one second. Let me get my mindset back. Amen. Okay. Let me get back into the choice that I was in. Right. Okay. So when you're choosing, you wouldn't say, I want to start a business and make a lot of profits. I want to make a profitable business so that I can make enough money to support my family, or so I can raise enough money to pay for my mom to live in assisted living. Let's just say those are examples that I've heard before. And so your choice, you just want it to be very, very, very straightforward and also unique to you, right? Because that's where the power is. That's where the magnetism is. So if you said, I would like to create, and you would start with, I choose the end result, because this is what we're doing. We're living in the end result of these choices. So you would say, I choose the end result of a or my. You can say my, because you want to state it in a way that you know it's yours and you're enjoying it already in the space of your mind and your heart. So my profitable, you could say exciting, coaching. How do I spell coaching? I don't know. COACH, coaching business. Okay. So I choose the end result of my profitable, exciting coaching business. So see how straightforward that is? As opposed to, I choose a profitable, fun coaching business so I can spend more time at the beach. You know what I mean? So you don't want to have that piece that says, I want this to get something else. So you're basically saying it, I want this, and that's it. This is something I'd love to create, and that's it. It ends there. So it can be really tricky. That's why in a minute, I would love to coach you if you'd like. Write your true choice in the chat box, and I will take a look at it and just see if there's any funny stuff going on, right? Conditionals. So it's not a process, okay? So it's in the present tense. That's another thing. We want to make sure it's in the present tense. So let's see. Present tense. So example, I choose the end result of my profitable, exciting coaching business. So it's not, I'm choosing the end result of being able to fly in a plane. So that's being able to is sort of a future event, or I'm not choosing the end result of I can't think of anything because I'm so in the present. Not, let's just say, not going to the gym 5 times a week. Like, you don't want to throw in, any knots or past situations or future. It just wants to be nice and clean and present and now. So that's kind of the qualities of it. Present and now. And obviously it contains one idea and not many. So a lot of times I see this a lot with coaches or with anybody really, is they say, I would like a fun, exciting business with amazing clients and profits. And I want to be able to travel and take my clients on events and trips. And then, so you can see it has lots of layers to it, that choice. So what you want to do is kind of pick out the key things. I want the profitable, fun business. I want the many beautiful, inspired, empowered clients. I would like to travel and go on exclusive retreats with my clients. So you want to be to break those down because they're all different. They're all different and they hold their own energy. So that's what's really key. So there it is. Yes. So that's really it, okay? It's really straightforward, but sometimes it can get a little tricky with the language, and it's easier to just take a look at what you're creating on paper, take a real look at it, and see what you've written. So this is that moment. Oh yeah, another thing I want to mention is the potency and power behind these choices is pretty key, because what happens is when you're in this essence, and when this choice becomes your focus, and you're taking a look at it each day, and you're getting into the end result, the feeling of that, the experience of that, you're seeing it and feeling it, you get to choose what you want to create from that. And that's what we do every day in the wisdom meditation, which is perfect. And what happens is you'll notice over time is, because it's so clear to you what you're creating, being able to choose what you want to participate in, partner with, what you'd like to spend your time on, that all becomes very, very clear, right? Because you're clear. You're so clear what you want to create. So you'll know what you don't want to create, what you don't want to experience. And it makes it a lot easier. So when someone calls you up and says, hey, Tony Ann, I'm wondering if you would like to do this event with me. This is the theme. It's kind of this and that. and you're thinking on the other, you say, yeah, let me get back to you. Okay, cool. So you hang up and then you say, wow, you know what? Is this aligned with me? Is this something I'd want? And maybe if you didn't have that clarity, you might actually do it. You might actually do that event. And then the outcome of that event or whatever wasn't quite what you feel inspired about. You know, it didn't really serve you, but you did it. So, what you'd be able to do with these clear and inspired choices that you can come back to every day as your anchor, your lighthouse, is you'll be able to pick up that phone and say yes or no with a lot of clarity and certainty. Or at least some, right? At least some. Yeah, no thanks, but it sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for thinking of me. Click. Or the opposite. This sounds amazing. It's so aligned. I have some actual ideas I'd like to add. So you see the difference. That's what these choices can create in our life. A lot of clarity, a lot of inspiration, and a lot of infinite possibilities for new ideas. So they're so, so important. That's why we're doing this. I love this. So who has a true choice? Who has a true choice that you would like to type in and I can take a look at it? Some free coaching. Mm-hmm. This is your opportunity. And if you're watching the replay, same thing. Type in your true choice here and I'll take a look at it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, type it in under this recording and I will take a look. Beautiful. If you would like to get some advice on this or coaching on your true choice, just type in choice and I'll give you some space to type it out. Let's see, are you? Perfect. Okay, beautiful. Okay, Janet, so for this choice, I choose the end result of my glass studio. Okay, so for this choice, what could you add to it that would bring more element of your personal heart? So I think one of the key things that you wanted to make sure, there's some key things that are very unique and special to you. One of those things you mentioned is your beautiful healing art glass creations. So that's something really beautiful. So you could put in this choice, I choose the end result of my glass studio. And you could say this. Let me just erase this. So I choose the end result of you could go either way of my, let's go back up to your previous, my beautiful healing art glass creations. Oh, created. See, I was going to say in my, we can say created. Created in my glass studio. Not, let me just scroll down. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So I choose, so we'll just start so you can kind of see the evolution of this. So the choice you wrote down was, I choose the end result of my glass studio. And so we're going to bump it up a little bit so that it contains more of the inspiring words and a little bit more directness of what that essence is for you. But all in all, this is perfect. It's in the present tense. There's no conditions to this. Not trying to get anywhere. It's not a process of getting somewhere else. So that's perfect. Great job. That's amazing. So I choose the end result of my beautiful healing art glass creations created in my glass studio. So there's a bit more color here. So this is a key point. Beautiful. So that's a key point. That has more inspiring energy, as opposed to I choose the end result of my glass studio. And healing, that's really important. The healing part is very specific to you as well. Okay, and these art glass creations. So they're creations, they're objects. So in here, you could say my art glass objects or creations. So sometimes it's about just wordsmithing it and sort of playing with the energy around the words, and you'll know that energy, that word will just sort of pop off the screen for you, or pop out of your body or your mind. You'll just be like, oh, that's the word. That's perfect. That's perfect. So, and it could be you write it the other way around. You could say, I choose the end result of my beautiful glass studio where I create inspiring, healing glass art objects. So that's another way you could sort of approach it and put the glass studio first. So it's really just finding the words that really inspire you and come from the heart of what you'd love to create, and what kind of stirs up that love in your heart essence, the energy in your body. What kind of gets you excited when you read it? So when you read it out loud every morning, you say, oh, I choose the end result of my beautiful healing art glass creations created in my glass studio. And then you be in the end result of that, and you actually see it, step inside the vision of that glass studio and actually look and see the objects you're creating. And then you'll see all this information come. It just floods in of what that would be that you want to see and experience. So there it is. So how does that sound, Janet? Do you like that? That's it. That's really the full parameters, I guess I could say, of writing your true choice, making it come alive on paper, or come alive on your whiteboard or wherever you want to post it. I have mine every day that I look at and be in the end result of. So that's beautiful. Yeah. So while I'm waiting for that, so what we're going to do, yes, great, Janet, wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, you want to be inspired by your statements, your true choices, and allow them to fuel and magnetize you towards that end result. So the next step would be then to do a wisdom meditation that allows you to be able to choose your next obvious step based on this beautiful end result that we have here, this beautiful true choice. So let's do that together, right? That's today. We're going to have this choice, take it with us for a ride now, and get into the end result and really see it and feel it. So take a comfortable seat, comfortable position, and yeah, just relax and close your eyes because this is a visual meditation. This is a visual. So we close our eyes so that we can have this visual experience of our true choice that we've just worked on together. So go ahead, relax, take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Beautiful. Do that a couple more times. A nice, beautiful releasing breath and just allowing and just feeling all the parts of your body just relax and sink into the chair that you're sitting in or wherever you're standing, and just beautiful. Okay, so let's bring this true choice that you've just created and fine-tuned. So beautiful. And I want you to say this out loud. So I choose the end result of. And as you're speaking the words out loud to yourself, just see it in your mind's eye. Step into it like you're entering a new space where all of this is created already. And really see it. Take some time here to see all the different elements and the colors. And where are you? Where do you see yourself now? Where do you experience yourself in this space of already complete? I always smile because it's just a beautiful place to be. And when you're smiling, what are you feeling in your body? Maybe some excitement. So connect to some feelings that you're feeling. And let them build. Just feel them growing. How they're moving throughout the body, any sensations. And you can toggle from the vision to the feeling. And just be here with it, fully immersed in it. A full immersion into this beautiful creation that you have created already. It is here. Feels so good. Maybe you're with some people. Who are you with? Where are you? What are you seeing and feeling? And take a nice deep breath. Breathe it all in. And we'll just step into the current reality of where you are right now in relationship to this beautiful end result. And just take a look at that with no judgment, just observance, just a mere observation of what your current reality is. So maybe it's a partial emanation of this full end result, this full true choice. So you've got elements of your studio ready, and there are some more to go, to be created. So it's just an observation of the current reality compared to what you will be creating in this end result. Beautiful. And so now you can simultaneously feel the energetic space between the current reality and the true choice or end result of what you would like to create. And really see the difference. See what's in between. The in-between will give you your next step. What's the next obvious step to bridge this, to bring your current reality closer to this beautiful end reality, end result? What's that obvious next step? And trust the answer that you get. And you can write that down on your paper. Take note of it. And it will just sometimes be so obvious, sometimes so small that you might overlook it. And so the key is to trust it and write it down. Maybe you get a couple answers. Write those down. And then choose which one you would like to start creating first, which action you'd like to take first. And so when you're done, you can come back. Yeah. So I always feel so relaxed and just so amazing after this meditation. It's just so peaceful and clear. Yeah. So what did you get? If you would like to share, please do share. What did you get as your next obvious step to bridge your current reality to this beautiful choice that you're creating? What was your next step? And if you don't want to share, that's cool too. You can just type in next step that you got it. You can type in whatever you like. What was the next step that you received? It's such a beautiful exercise. Yeah. Yeah. It's really fun. So this is your next step that you're going to take action on this week, right? You're going to take action on this next step this week. So you got your next step. You're going to take action. You're going to do it. You're actually going to do it. You're going to do it. Which means you're going to follow through. So those are the most important things after you find that you receive the next obvious step, the information, and you're going to take action on it. You're going to do it and follow through. And that's the conditioning that I talked about earlier. This is how we condition. So the meditation is part of the condition as well, that where we really sit in the end result of it happening and we become it, we feel it. We teach our unconscious that this is something we love and we cannot wait to create it, and it will do everything in its power to support us to have that. It teaches our self-conscious as well that this is it. This is something we're excited about, and our self-conscious is always driven and wants the best for us, and it just wants to create. And our superconscious, which someone would maybe describe as their higher self, their field, their memory field of information that is going to also send you. And that's kind of what we just did in the wisdom meditation, was receive that wisdom, right? That's from the higher, the field, the memory field, because it knows. That part of you really knows what it wants to create. It's the heart essence of everything. So it's a channel of that beautiful, pure wisdom. And so we're aligning all three of our consciousnesses when we go through this process of creating a choice, knowing what we want to focus on. It's clear, it's straightforward, and getting into the wisdom meditation and finding out what our next step is, and then actually taking action and following through. So we're getting to experience ourselves as powerful creators at the soul and heart essence of who we are, and expanding more into that. So each day and each week and each month, we expand and expand and expand into that and touch so many people because we chose to follow that heart. So it's so key. This is so important. That's why I'm going through this as more of a foundational passageway through these weekly sessions, so that you get a sense of this is what we're going to be doing every week, is actually creating progress, creating actions and following through and watching our choices become a reality. So Janet, start to sort through all my equipment and supplies and make some beautiful. There's your true choice. So that will be done. So you can put that on your calendar. I mention this all the time. You have a beautiful calendar. You're going to put that on there and you're going to follow through and make that happen. And that's it. It's very straightforward, right? But all of a sudden you're in your end result and you couldn't be more happy and more overjoyed because you're in your true essence every day, following through. So it's beautiful. So thank you so much, everyone, for playing full out, putting your true choices in, getting coached on those true choices. This is wonderful. So each day you want to be able to sit and have this beautiful meditative experience for yourself and get in the end results of these choices that you've written down. So you've written down maybe between 2 and 6. And so each day you want to, focus on 1 or 2 of them and what you want to do, and toggle throughout the week. So you don't always focus on each of those choices every day of the week, but maybe a couple times a week. And then you follow through that week on that action that you've discovered that it's time to take, right? So wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for playing full out. And yeah, if you're watching the replay, please do post what you've received in your land of plenty, what your true choices are, and any of the actions that you've taken and followed through on. Really celebrate yourself. That is so key. There might be some things that you don't actually follow through on for some external reasons. There's always something. No problem. What you're doing is just learning from that, and then celebrating what you actually followed through on. So please do celebrate that. Take space and say, I did this. I followed through on this and it felt amazing. Give yourself some space to do that. So thank you so much. Wonderful to have you, and we will see you next week. I'm excited about the topic. I have it already ironed out, so I'm very excited to share it with you. Share, post in the replay, and please share what you're celebrating and what you're creating. We would all love to hear from you. And we will see you next time.